Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an Empties one, and it's going to be a bit of a chatty one with me just talking through the products, my thoughts on them and whether or not I'd repurchase them. Also, you may have noticed that I have changed the background. I just fancy changing things up a little bit. I'm experimenting with the different areas in my flat and also seeing where the best light is. I love that at the moment the nights are a bit longer so that I can come home and film and it's not all just kept for the weekend where I have to kind of cram videos in. As I said at the start of this video, it's going to be an Empties one. I know some people love Empties, others hate them. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you like them, if you'd like me to keep doing them, or if you completely hate them and I should bin them off altogether. I'm going to dive right in and get started with the first product, which is from The Body Shop, and it's their Brazil Nut Shower Cream. The Brazil Nut range of products I absolutely adore. They take me back to a time where I was on holiday, I think about 11 years old, and in Portugal, where my mum bought the body butter of this and she literally slathered it on us after we'd been out in the sun to kind of like help with sunburn and just moisturise our skin. And that smell always reminds me of that holiday. So when I saw this on special offer in The Body Shop, I picked it up and I've literally gone through it in about 2 weeks because I'm quite heavy-handed with it. But the smell is just so amazing, it just reminds me of holidays. It's really moisturising and rich and great for dry skin. Next up is the Clinique Anti-Blemish Solutions. This is just a spot treatment gel. You literally just dab this on to any areas that have got redness or spots or even a spot appearing. I do feel this work in particular and work really well when I have just burst a spot. I know you're not supposed to pop them, but everybody does it because who wants a nasty great big whitehead on their face for everyone to see? And I know that when I see people with whiteheads on their face, I just stand and stare at them and think, why the hell haven't you squeezed that nasty bugger off your face? So this is really good for helping clear them up. I don't really feel like this helps bring them out much. I do feel that there are other products out there that are better than this. It is £15 and it is quite a small bottle, but if you're only spot applying this, you do take ages to use it up. I think I've had this for probably about 6 months now, so it's lasted me quite well. Would I repurchase it again? I'm not entirely sure. I do kind of like the Origins version of this, which is in an even tinier bottle for the same price, but I feel like that does more than what this probably does. Next is the T-Zone Blackhead Fighting Facial Scrub, and I picked this up because I use face scrubs in the morning all the time and I just ran out and needed one just to tide me over until I picked up a couple of other ones. This wasn't amazing. I did kind of feel like it left my skin a little bit dry and parched. I did like that it had the beads in it because particularly across my nose, I suffer from blackheads and I like having beads in it to kind of feel like it's exfoliating and getting the dirt out of my face. Probably wouldn't repurchase this again because I am really fickle with my face products that I use to clean my face. So it was nice using it, but I did use it up quite quickly. Next is the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo, which is a firm favourite of mine. I think I've had it in a couple of favourites videos and I've even gone and repurchased this. I remembered that I had this lying around in the bottom of my stash somewhere because I hadn't used it for about 6 months and I had about half the bottle left. And then I seem to have got adult acne recently and I have breakouts and flare-ups all the time. Nothing really seems to help calm them down. This does. This is the only treatment that I have found that kind of dulls down the redness that's in my skin, helps clear up the blemishes and puts moisture back into my face without leaving it oily. I have been using this both morning and night and using it as a replacement for my moisturiser, as this does the job. I do have quite dry skin, but this is really moisturising and helps get rid of that horrible tight feeling that comes from having cleansed my face. For anyone that suffers from adult acne, scarring, blemishes, anything like that, I would really recommend you try the La Roche-Posay. They have a whole range of products that are absolutely fabulous for treating any kind of skin condition. Next is a hair product and it's the Lab Dry Shampoo, and I have them in the large and the mini versions. This one is the Rio fragrance, which is like a tropical fragrance, and this one is the London, which it just says classic. I can't even remember what scent this was. I like having the mini version in my handbag to kind of top up throughout the day. The big version is just stays at home. I apply this on second day hair just to give it a bit more volume, as I do find more often than not my hair is quite flat. This has to be by far my favourite dry shampoo, purely because unlike all the others, it doesn't leave that nasty white residue. It doesn't leave your hair feeling greasy or as if there's product in it that just makes it feel sticky and horrible. I have tried the extra volume one, I think that's what it's called, the other version of this, and I hated it. It did leave that horrible sticky feeling in your hair where it felt like you just got a crap ton of product in there and it just didn't look nice at all. The standard version though, I absolutely adore, and I will literally hunt for this. I have bought 3 or 4 more of them, and honestly no other dry shampoo for me can compare to this, so I would really recommend this to anyone who doesn't really like the white residue that you normally get from dry shampoos. This is amazing. It comes in a range of different scents, so there's surely one to suit everyone. Next is a body scrub, and it's the St. Ives Apricot Body Scrub, and this is the Invigorating one. I am so heavy-handed when it comes to scrubs. I normally just put my hand in, scoop out a whole palmful, and then just kind of slather it all over my body. I tend to be heavy-handed with these because I really like the effect of them when they've got kind of the apricot kernels in them, and you can kind of feel them slathering away the dead skin, and I just love how soft and smooth it leaves my skin feeling after having showered. It does leave your skin feeling really nice. That this pots are really dirty. I did try and clean it but it wouldn't come off. But it does leave your skin feeling really soft, smooth, and it does get rid of any dullness that's there. I would repurchase this because I did quite like it. It did last me, I think, maybe a couple of weeks, and that's with me being heavy-handed. I'm sure if you used less, it would probably last you longer, but I did really love using this scrub. It smells delicious as well. Another body scrub, and it's the LUSH Ocean Salt Face and Body Scrub. You've seen me use this before. I've raved and on about it. I love this stuff. The smell is incredible. Again, it's got actual sea salt in it, so it really does slather away dead skin and really leaves your skin feeling clean and soft. I would definitely repurchase this. Obviously, this is the second one that I've had of this. It just smells like the sea, and it's so nice to have in the morning. It just kind of wakes me up and invigorates me for the day. So 10 out of 10 for this, and I would definitely repurchase. Another La Roche Posay product, and this is the Toleraine Soothing Protective Skincare. So this is a moisturiser that I tend to use when my skin is feeling particularly dry. I did switch over to the Effaclar Duo because I felt like this was adding a bit more oil to my face than what was actually necessary. But generally when I've got winter skin that's kind of really dry and flaky, this is a lifesaver. It puts all the moisture back into my skin, and it just helps everything kind of settle down and get rid of that nasty dryness. I do love the La Roche Posay products for my face. They're the only thing that doesn't really tend to bring me out in a weird allergic reaction or make my eyes go swollen. It does come in a small bottle, but this does last ages because you only need a small amount to apply to the whole of your face. Again, it's great to apply both morning and evening and really does put the moisture back into your skin. Next up is a lip product, and it's the Elizabeth Arden 8-Hour Lip Cream. I got this, I think, in a beauty box. I think it was one by Latest in Beauty. And I was going through a phase at the time where I had such dry, sore lips. They were so painful to kind of even move or talk with. And I was literally applying this probably about 15 times a day. So I used this up so quick, and to be honest, it's the first lip product I've ever used up completely. And I loved it. It lasted for ages, and I really felt like it helped put back the moisture into my lips that was so desperately needed. It was also great to kind of help with anything that was chapped kind of on the outside of my lips. So it was on my face, but not really my lips. This was good for that as well. And I loved applying this at night, and you kind of still felt it a little bit in the morning. It wasn't like too heavy or greasy. You felt that it had soaked in overnight and that it was still working. So it was fantastic for that, and I would definitely buy this again, even though I know this is a tad expensive. I have a few makeup items here as well that I have used up, and the first one is the Rimmel Fix and Perfect Pro Primer. So I've gone through 2 bottles of this, and I think I am virtually finished on my 3rd bottle. That is how much I love this stuff. I just really find that it goes on kind of like a silicone-y soft touch. It soaks into my skin but helps kind of provide like this protective layer over that makes my foundation adhere so much better. When I apply this, I find that my foundation doesn't tend to stick to those dry patches that I have, and sometimes I can find that it kind of creases up under my eyes and around my nose, or kind of sticks to the dry patches around my mouth and on my cheeks when I'm going through that phase. This really helps stop that from happening, and it also makes my makeup stay around an awful lot longer. I tend to find that my makeup fades along my jawline throughout the day. I'm one of those people that touches their face all the time, and this just helps stop that transference happening so quickly and makes it last longer throughout the day. This is great for both dry and oily skin. It's adding a bit of moisture but not too much to leave your skin oily, and it just helps mattify your whole complexion. I have a couple of foundations to talk through, and they are both from Maybelline. I have one other from another brand, and I'll talk about that next. So I have the Maybelline Superstay 24, and I have this in the shade 10 Ivory, and then I also have the Superstay Better Skin and this is in the shade 21 Nude. So with this one, I did feel that this was a tad orange for me and I couldn't really find my ideal shade. This one was a perfect match for me and looked flawless on my skin. I find that this shade suits me better during the winter. It kind of just adds a bit more colour to my skin, whereas this is better for me during the summer because it looks a little bit more natural. This one is definitely longer lasting than this one. I did notice that it hangs around an awful lot more. It does say 24 hours on there, but I've never really put this to the test. But it does last a lot longer than what probably this one does. This one, however, I find that when I do apply this, it does just make my skin look better. Even when I take this off, I'm not entirely sure what's in this, but it's something in it just makes my skin look and seem so much better. It doesn't get rid of blemishes and all of that jazz, but it does help it just look a little bit brighter, a little bit more dewy, and it just looks so much fresher. What I like about these foundations is that they're both super breathable. They don't really transfer or cake on me, and they're just generally really easy to apply and blend in. I use the Beauty Blender with both of these and it gives a really nice flawless finish. I have repurchased this one and I am looking to repurchase this one again in the future because I'm hoping that this is going to kind of last me throughout the summer. The next foundation is one that you've seen me rave about on a blog post recently, and it's the Rimmel Lasting Finish Nude 201 Classic Beige. So this is a medium coverage foundation. I have gone through 2 bottles of this and I'm on to my 3rd. I think out of the 3 foundations that I've used up, I prefer this one because it just kind of dulls down any redness on my skin. It covers up most of my blemishes and imperfections without the need for concealer. So I find that I have to use a lot less concealer with this than I would do any other foundation. I just love how it automatically kind of evens out my skin tone and eliminates the redness without too much fuss or hassle. It's super easy to blend in and it's long lasting as well. It says you get 25 hours wear out of it. Again, it's not another one that I've tested, but from wearing it first thing in the morning until I get home at night, I do find that this doesn't kind of fade along my jawline and it doesn't crease or cake anywhere that it shouldn't. And the colour for me is just a really nice colour. It suits me perfectly. I'm wearing it today as well and it's just a great all-round foundation. Last but not least is another face product, and it's from Veda and it's their Turmeric and Botanics Radiance Exfoliating Facial Polish. So I have raved about this from receiving a sample in a Birchbox quite some time ago now, and I purchased the full size version of this because it's all natural, it smells delicious, and it just leaves my skin feeling so soft and cleansed. Again, it's not drying on my skin at all. I don't leave the shower having that kind of tight, horrible soapy feeling. It's great for balancing out skin, so perfect if you've got oily skin and just kind of brings back your oil levels to normal. As I said, I like to apply this in the shower purely because it's easier to kind of wet your face and then wash it off. Got natural exfoliants in it, which is much better for your skin, and I find it brings out less of a reaction and redness for me. Kind of pumice that it's got in it really does get down into your skin, and I find that it helps bring any breakouts to the surface that I kind of can feel are coming up. I love this stuff. I will be looking to repurchase this. I just haven't had a chance yet, but it smells amazing and it's so good for my skin, and my skin absolutely loves this, and so do I. So that's all of my empties that I have kind of harboured over the past couple of months. I'll start my collection again fresh, but again, like I said, do let me know if you guys like these videos and I will kind of either bin them or continue with them depending on what you guys like. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. My next one is going to be the June Birchbox, and after that, or maybe the week after, I'm hoping to pop up a vlog. I haven't vlogged for so long and I am going on holiday on Tuesday. I've made the decision to vlog over my holiday just because I do quite enjoy vlogging and I haven't had the opportunity to do it for so long, and I thought it might be quite nice for you guys to kind of experience the sights and sounds of Spain with me. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!